Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Last run was garbage, Ruka. You can't nuzzle on the keyboard like that. In fact, you're not even supposed to be on the desk. It's kind of like a mea culpa for being away for a few days. Here, I'll put you on my lap. You okay? But you can't bite my hands. You can't even lick my hands, okay? Why do I even entertain the thought that he's not gonna do this? Of course he's gonna. Look, he's rubbing his head on the. Get out of here. You gotta get out of here. I was gonna say desk, by the way. Don't let your minds wander. There you go. Sorry, buddy. Okay. We have to do a Lilith run eventually, but let's get this Delirium run done first because the last one was miserable. Taxi. No Uber. LXJG. What do we have to do? I gotta remind myself. So, like, I don't know how relatable it is. I think we will stick with the judgment card just in case. But you ever have days where you just don't see the board that well? I know that seems like a weird statement, but it comes from... and by the way, we're still looking for missing poster. I want to mention that before I... get too far into the run, lest you think that I've forgotten. But it comes from when I played chess. You know, I don't know if it was not a demon judgment. Dang, I don't know if it was a you know, a thing that people said, or it was just a thing that I came up with because it's been a long time. But you would just have days where you'd be like, I'm not seeing the board that well. You know, some days you would. How many judgments are there? What the heck is going on here? Some days you would look at the board, you know exactly what's going on. You know, you can make good decisions. It makes sense in your head what's happening, and etc. and etc. And then some days you just look at it, and for whatever reason, your brain's like, man, I don't really know what's going on right now. You know, I can parse the information as it comes in, obviously, but you know, it's not as natural. It's not as like instinctual as it is on some days. That's how I feel right now, and it's a byproduct of being away. Weird little pseudo jet lag that actually isn't that bad, but, you know, is still got me slightly out of sorts. I don't think we played too badly on our last episode. I think we ran into a combination of maybe, like, average play and a distinctly below average seed. Combined with the fact, yo, divorce papers could be pretty good. Mysterious paper. That's not what we need, right? I just want to make sure... Mysterious paper, Isaac. Small chance to display. Small chance to activate. What on earth is happening here? Small chance to display a puzzle piece on Isaac's last will in the same way as the missing poster. Small chance to revive Isaac as the lost upon death in the same way as the missing poster. Alright, so I'm probably going to, like, try something here. I'm going to go to missing poster. Dying in a sacrifice room while holding it will outright unlock the lost. So my thinking right now is very, very simple. Why don't we try to die holding this and hope that it activates mysterious paper, and when we have the opportunity, like literally immediately here. If it kills our run, so be it. We'll just start up another one right away. Just in case we respawn, and this sounds silly, but why not get the most plays out of this that we can, right? What a strange screen. It appears to have not unlocked the lost. That's fine. We'll just restart. Here's our new seed. L3H0XJT2. I mean, you know why I gave up on that one. I saw a chance to finally get the Lost unlocked. And I still think, like, I mean, assuming it has a chance to work as the missing poster, whenever the missing poster would have a chance to work, there was a chance that that one would have worked. I will stand by that. Because for whatever reason, the missing poster has been freaking impossible for us to get. Anyway, let me close these wiki wild windows before they start playing ads for, like, Procter & Gamble products. Nice try. The left hand. Why not? Out of these two trinkets, it's our better option. So I'm happy to be back. you know, if you watched the last episode, it was pretty anecdote-rich in spite of, or perhaps directly because of the fact that the actual content of the Isaac side of the run was horrible. From a seed perspective, at the very least. You know, I don't really relate to Drake very much. I thought it was super messed up. Drake comes to my city, and, you know, I'm basing my take for this on what I saw on the R Vancouver subreddit. But who would you rather trust? Somebody from the R Vancouver subreddit or a Drake anecdote from a concert when he's clearly mad? You know, he came to my city, Vancouver, British Columbia, got mad that the casino wouldn't let him change over $10,000 in cash because of, you know, new anti-money laundering laws that require you to be able to provide documentation for the source of your income. Yes, I know he's Drake, a very wealthy multimillionaire, but, you know, the rules still apply. You can't just walk in and be like, you know, I'm Drake. I don't need documents. I'm a singer, you know? It's not how it works. Then turned around and went, the Park Casino, which I have no affiliation or goodwill towards necessarily, but he said the Park Casino kicked me out for racial profiling. Look, that just strikes me that he was mad and wanted to get revenge with the social media mob. But anyway, when you're right, you're right. And when he sings, she said, do you love me? I said, only partly. I only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry. I love a few more things in my life. But definitely my bed is up there. As good as a hotel or air bed and breakfast bed can be, it's never as good as your own bed at home. It's just nice to be here. Feels good to be back. I think that's how you... Hold up a second. We could do this. Why not? Maybe we'll get some spirit hearts. I think that's how you want a vacation to be. If you leave your vacation... Hold on. Be smart. That's better. If you leave your vacation and you're like, you know, I can't wait to be home, you probably screwed up on your vacation a little bit. Or maybe somebody screwed up your vacation for you. You know what I mean? No! I am a bad idiot at this game right now. Well, we can still do this. So that should give us a deal with the Devil Chance next floor without me having, you know, squandered it too much. That's a real bummer, though. I am a fool, and I apologize. If you leave your vacation and you're like, I really, really, really don't want to go home, your home life is probably screwed up in some way, you know, one way or the other. And that's, I'm not going to make a mockery of it, I'm just saying. I think you want to leave and be like, I had fun, but I'm also going to be happy to get home. That's the good balance. That's where you want to be. I've been in the, I mean, I've been in both positions. Particularly if you're in a, like as a child, that's when I was like, I can't wait for this vacation to be over so I can be home. And it's always, when you look back on the actions and the way that you felt as a child, it should, I don't want to say it should make you feel bad, because you are a kid at the end of the day, right? But, you know, your parents, they take time off from work or something like that, and they're like, hey, let's go visit your grandfather. You know, he fought in the war, and it'll be nice for you to have some perspective on, you know, your family. And you're like, yeah, whatever, I just want to play All-Star Baseball 2000. So you're like polite, but in your head you're like, I don't want to be here. I'd rather be watching Digimon right now. So as a kid, I was always like, you know, it was fun, but I kind of want the vacation to be over. Now, to be fair, and this is not, I'm not throwing like a very entitled, like my Super Sweet 16 sort of moment, but I never had a vacation as a kid where I was like, you know, we're going to Disney World. I did have occasionally, dude, we're not going to be able to get a key. Maybe a secret room. That's not to say my parents never took me places I wanted to go. They're like watching this video right now going, excuse me? But there was never like, and the reason for this, by the way, is because I never wanted it. I was never the kind of kid who was like, I want to go to Legoland, you know? But most of our family trips were like, we're going to drive to Ottawa for a weekend. And then when we were in Ottawa, you know, maybe we'll see a Senators game or something like that. The Senators are not my team, but they were the closest team to my hometown. So I saw some Senators games growing up. And then the rest of the vacation was largely, you know, in the pre-Yelp era, my parents walking up to restaurant menus, and then my dad being like, do you see something here that you think you could eat? And my mom would be like, and he'd be like, okay, let's go someplace else. And then my mom would look at a menu and she'd be like, oh, this place looks good. And then my dad would be like, I'm not paying $6.50 for soup. We're going someplace else. And then inevitably we'd end up at some kind of like chain diner. And then no matter what my mom ordered, she would be like, this is nice. She's a saint. Anyway. I feel like that's a universally dadly experience. It doesn't matter that I can afford it. It matters. Why is it $9 for soup? To be fair, that's not really. I'm showing my coastal elite status. It's not that expensive for an entree-sized soup in the year 2018. I know if you go to the grocery store, you know, you can buy a can of soup for $1.50. I would definitely expect a can of soup to be worse than a $9 entree soup. I would be mad if I paid $9 for a soup and it was both small and bad. That would be a poor value for sure. No disputing there. But I'll give you some perspective, at least from my perspective. I worked at a, it wasn't really like a senior's home, but it was a center where, like a community center for the elderly, where they would go and, you know, I'm not making fun of this, okay? But when I say it, just the way it sounds, it's going to sound like there's judgment. It'll be like, hey, here's a course on how to use Microsoft Notepad, you know? They're old, okay? They didn't grow up with Microsoft Notepad. They know how to use a tool and die machine and write shorthand and other useful stuff that has since been lost to the sands of time. But anyway, they had a restaurant there, and the restaurant was subsidized because, you know, you're on a fixed income. Most of these people only own like 2 houses, so you go to the restaurant and everything was probably about 30% cheaper than it would be in a quote unquote free market restaurant. But we got to eat there and pay the price because we were employees. So, you know, lots of perks of that job. We basically got an implicit discount on food. Hold on, we do have keys, so we're good to go here. Or sorry, bombs. And sometimes after work, I'd be like, I'm hungry, so I'd sit in the restaurant and I'd be like, I'll take an Italian wedding soup. Literally a can of Campbell's soup. You know how much it cost? $2.50. That's considered the subsidized cost of a can of soup that's like $1 to buy at the grocery store. So I'm just giving you my perspective there. Maybe the Joker card didn't affect our deal with the devil percentage. Maybe I screwed that one up. This is fine, though, because we don't have to say no to anything here. I'm excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. Let's look for a secret room, okay? I don't want this one to go off the rails. Second secret room, specifically. What? All right, let's leave, then. My dad does that now, as well, sometimes. He and my mom are financially in a comfortable spot, but, you know, they'll look at a restaurant and be like, $13 for a sandwich. You know, I could get 2 sandwiches at Subway for that. At some point, you just got to be like, you know what? I admire that level of financial, what's the word I'm looking for? Control? I mean, it's not really the word I'm looking for. Like, I actually like, and I think it's admirable that their financial barometer is broken. Like, they're constantly wearing a rain jacket and going, you know, I know it's sunny, but what if it rains later? I'd rather be uncomfortable but safe. I think that's a good attitude to have. But there are some times where I'm like, Dad, come on. You can pay $13 for a sandwich. I could, but it's the principle of the thing. That's not what he sounds like at all either. But anyway. I'm not the opposite, But I do think, you know, there's an old Patton Oswalt bit about this. I'm not trying to plagiarize, but I think there's some truth. You know, the soul of the bit was that, like, whatever your parents are, I think to some extent, you live your life cultivating the opposite. And that's not true, like, in general for me. But to some extent, you know, I grew up where, you know, everybody would be like, I'm hungry. And they'd be like, okay, let's go look for a restaurant. And then we'd be like, this place doesn't have a good salad on the menu. You know, this place is slightly too expensive for... Now, like, I live my life in the opposite to the extent that I respect the opportunity cost. Me and my wife get along very well when it comes to the dinner issue as a result of this. And anybody that's in a couple knows the dinner issue. The dinner issue is, what do you want to eat? I don't know, what do you want to eat? It's a real thing, but I do want to say I'm very thankful my wife is a decisive person who also has culinary cravings. I don't care, for the most part, what we're eating. I just want to have the plan. She doesn't need the plan, but she wants to eat what she wants to eat. It's a good combination. You might be saying, NL, it sounds like you don't get to eat what you want to eat that often. Let me hit you up with two things. Okay, the first one is, I don't deserve to eat what I want to eat at all times, because I would be incredibly unhealthy. My brain is broken. I want to eat fried chicken for every meal. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe like a second dinner thrown in. So for me to have restrictions is very healthy for me to begin with. And then secondarily, I don't know if you heard me earlier, I really don't care what we're eating. I'm still of the mindset that I'm like, if we're at a restaurant, I'm like, ooh, fancy. Outback? I've never been to a real steakhouse. No. Well, we're out anyway. This is fine. Please, I beg you, for a deal with the angel. I'm not, I think, and I've pivoted, I've pinballed bit to bit here, for sure, but I'm going to keep it going, because I like where we're at right now. I think there are definitely, you know what, I kind of hate this, but I'm going to do it anyway. There are people on Earth for whom the number one most important value in their life is freedom, without a doubt. You know people like this, you may be a person like this. Culinarily, they're like, sure, being healthy is cool, but if that means that I can't eat what I want for absolutely every single meal, then I don't want it. I would rather die young and enjoy life. And enjoying life, usually in that case, means eating a lot of corn-based snacks and beverages. And I'm not hating on that, because that's me. I also want the corn-based snacks and beverages. But I don't value my freedom that high. I value that one conversation I have with my doctor a year. And, you know, every other year, it's the doctor going, geez, you know, you really gotta sort this out. But, you know, every other year, it's them going, you've done a good job. That conversation means as much to me as 200 meals. At least I want it to, whether or not it does. I don't value I value freedom from a life standpoint a lot. I don't value freedom culinarily. Yeah, just throw your bone heart away, end your deal with the devil chance for no reason. Great idea. And then just die on a run in which you have no business dying. You know what? We have self-sacrifice chances. Be mad at yourself, me, but also don't get too despondent yet. There's still hope. Anyway. Plus, I mean, 8-inch nails is just super great for damage dealing potential. Both Kate and I we're kind of the position, I think, like, and I think this is kitchen nightmare syndrome. If I look at a restaurant and they have like 3 things on the menu, I'm good to go, dude. Chef Ramsay said that the less things that are on the menu, the more likely a restaurant is to be good. I actually like negatively value choice in some restaurants. If they're like, you got a choice between soup and salad, I'm like, whoa, hold on, buddy. I'm on vacation. I thought I was told to leave my brain at home. All of a sudden, I gotta work. Two of spades. Two of spades. Two of spades. Wait, what is this again? En six? Anyway, forgot where I was going with that. Oh, what I was gonna say is, yeah, now you know, we're going up the stack trace a little bit to where I started talking about, you know, Kate and I and the dinner problem and so on and so forth. We don't have that much of a problem. One of the reasons is because I understand the time value, the opportunity cost of saying a restaurant is too expensive might mean that to save $2, you're gonna spend another 20 minutes being hungry and walking up to restaurant menus. There's our bone heart back, at least. Now we would have had. I suck. Oh no. I traded Isaac for Slay the Spire skills somehow. But not as many as I would like still to this day. You know, you might spend an extra 20 minutes hungry is what I mean in that situation. Now, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, but still. Every relationship benefits from having one dinner chooser and one dinner acquiescer. I'm the dinner acquiescer, and I like it. The plan is so much more valuable to me. Can I also just say, I love Yelp, Google, TripAdvisor, etc., etc. I've done this exact bit one time before. Dank Debs too, so we can't escape. We're gonna do this though, for sure. But it was like 2 years ago, and I stand by it. I think this is one of the smartest things I've ever said. Anybody who goes, well, I don't even want to look at the restaurant reviews on the internet from thousands of people. I just want to be spontaneous, you know? I think you were making a very dumb decision. You know, if you're local and you know, then by all means. Otherwise, literally, what do you have to go on? You know, before the internet existed on mobile devices, how did you pick a restaurant? There were like 2 things. By the frigging sign, or the name, or the description of things on the menu. All of these are very, very flawed ways to determine where to eat. You know what's a great way to determine where to eat? Is how like hundreds to thousands of people have had experiences in that restaurant in the past, and then look at like an average of that, and also maybe how it's gone recently. You know? It's just, and people always, you know, they want to feel superior to the aggregate reviews. Well, some people, they might be friends of the owner, and they just, I don't trust those reviews. And Yelp puts, you know, they can, restaurant owners can pay to suppress negative reviews and blah, blah. So what, you're going to choose based on the sign? That's what you're saying to me. I'm not saying it's a perfect solution. I am actually bad as the Forgotten now. But you're gonna go and be like, you know what, I don't trust the citizenry, the rabble. You know what, the sign method, I don't know these millennials trying to find the best brunch in the city. Back in my day, you know how we determined it? We just looked at the sign. It was good enough for me, why isn't it good enough for you? I'm just saying. The other they look at the description of the menu, and they'll say, oh, that sounds good. Yeah, no kidding. You know why it sounds good? It's food. Ooh, a pan-seared, buttered bay scallop served with a potato puree. That sounds good. Yeah, because you need it to live. It's an evolutionary thing. You know what else sounds good? Ooh, a deep breath. Fresh air. Cool, crisp, refreshing mountain air. A glass of ice-cold glacier water. Wow, that sounds great. Let's go there. It's the human brain playing tricks on you. Instead, you look it up and you go, this water tastes like farts. And you go, I know. It's from ice. Speed upgrade. Okay. I would just like to say, for the record, I apologize for my terrible performance over the course of this episode. I don't know if that makes it up to you. Your boy's got that jet lag brain. My sick brain did not serve me well in Slay the Spire, but it served me very well. Oh, dude, there's a self-sacrifice room here. We have to think. Hello, Ruka. Oh my god. No, we don't have to think. First off, you don't have to rush to the boss rush. Because you're not gonna make boss rush. So what we should do is play this self-sacrifice room. And what are our angel odds? Well, basically half of half. So we have about a 25% chance. It's slightly lower, but that's not bad odds, actually. I think we realistically could get both key pieces and win this run in the way we want to against all odds. We don't deserve to. Okay, yes. Hello, my son. Please don't wake up my wife. You know, cats so selfish. They don't understand. The wife's sleeping. Well, how come you can make noise, Ryan, but he can't? You don't understand. It's like it's an economic thing. I'm at work. You can't jump on the computer, Ruka. Here. There you go. Yeah, come on up. Ruka, Ruka, Ruka. Please. Please, yes. He was like half jump. He had the jump animation for like 2 minutes there. Alright, forgive me, I now have one Ruka on my lap. Now we have a 100% chance of the deal with the devil, by the way. Deal with the angel is what I meant to say, haha. Ruka, stop licking my hand. No. Very strange. Well, not really that strange, I guess, but bad. What about Eden's Soul here? Holy Light is also amazing. But Eden's Soul is kind of fun. Let's give that a try. Oh, and then now we got a Tomo that wants to come in. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the least enjoyable room in the whole apartment to be in. My incredibly cramped... Oh my god. My incredibly cramped office that is also loud as I shout in it. Welcome. I know I should be nice because that means that the cats want to be around me, but I tolerate no interruptions in my incredibly serious job. Dude, we gotta drop some poison on this guy. And immediately lose our demon heart in the process. And by demon, I mean eternal heart. I told you, I got that jet lag brain. Even though I said in the last episode I didn't think I was jet lagged, now I have the opportunity to use it as a good excuse, so I'm gonna. I mean, this has gone very well. I would love to get the second key piece. Right now. Oh my god, both cats are now up on my desk. They're gonna fight because of this territorial nonsense. Hello! Yes, you're both beautiful creatures. Welcome. If my one son could get in his box, please, and then my second son could get in his box, please, that would be a dream come true. Now you'd like to leave. Okay, sure. Thanks for checking up on me. I appreciate it. It's a living. We haven't even gotten the first key piece. No, wait, we've gotten the second key piece. We need to get the first key piece. Where would I like to use Eden's Soul? Preferably, I guess, on an angel deal. If what? Sacred Heart. Now you would like to leave. Okay, goodbye, my son. It's been a wonderful 30 seconds of complete pandemonium. I really appreciate that. So, I mean, Sacred Heart, just an unbelievably strong pickup, of course. I don't know what we... I mean, is this the angel pool? If so, I'd really like to use Eden's Soul right here. Let's do it. It'll be weird. We can take Prayer Card and actually use it very well. And then we got luck out of that. Okay, so we got our key pieces. We also got Sacred Heart, which means, like, we're gonna... Assuming we have the HP, we're gonna crush Megasate. This is Depths 2. Yeah, I mean, I'll level with you without a doubt. We don't deserve to be in a dominant position here. We're not yet. We need some more HP, but it's looking likely at least. But dude, lucky me, really. Also, what is up with this room? Like, I've never in my life been tempted to use the Emperor card to skip a room like this. But the 3 blue spikes there were, like, impossible. Okay. Your range shots are going to be real nice. Melee also still better, but range is a close second, which doesn't normally happen. So take advantage of the added defensive opportunities here. Isaac! Isaac! Told you to clean your room 15 minutes ago, Isaac. So we can take the Polaroid, that's no problem. And this is just, you know, it's one of those things, consider this a life lesson. Sometimes incompetence is inexplicably rewarded, okay? I wish it weren't so. I wish I had better news for you, that life was a meritocracy. Sometimes it just doesn't make any sense. Some idiot like me gets rewarded for being bad. Meanwhile, you get a run with 6 range upgrades. I understand the frustration. Excuse me. Alright, we just wanted to handle that, then we're gonna leave. You know we're gonna go. I am a fool, by the way. So we're gonna try to build up a bunch of red hearts here, which should be very possible thanks to prayer card. That was easy enough. Check this out. Absolutely, we can afford to do it. Look at that. Look at that. Good to go. Head down to the next floor. So far, so good. I don't even want to tell you, but yes, there is a cat scratching on my door trying to get in right now. By the way, this is when people say, why don't you just lock them out? First off, screw you. I love my children. I want to be with them. Secondarily, this is what happens. Welcome back, Tomo. You want to come in too, Ruka? It's up to you, buddy. 3, 2, 1. Okay, he said no. Why does Tomo get preferential access to the room? It's very simple. He sits in his box, he sleeps, he cleans himself. That's it. What does Ruka do? This cat is relentlessly ambitious. He's always trying to improve his station in life. He sits in the box for 2 minutes. He goes, I don't like the box. Tomo's a box cat. I want to live amongst the people. Jumps up, and you know, it's not enough to just be on my lap. He's got to like start licking me on the hands. And if I use the mouse, he bites my hand and goes like, no, that hand's for me. He's restless. That gets him disbarred. I don't want to talk about the number of bone hearts I've lost on this run, by the way. Instead, I want to talk about how the fact that I'm going to succeed means that I played well, even though that's not at all how it worked. And if we want to talk about anything, let's talk about the fact that I just used a 2 of diamonds to get 1 cent. There's literally only there's no worse possible use of it, because if you use it at 0 cents, you actually get 2 cents. So we have actually objectively handled that in the worst way possible. That's hilarious. Whoa. Why am I so fast? I'm freaking out. Have we had 2 speed for this long? It feels like we just kicked it into gear. Again, jet lag brain. My apologies. We do need to drop the left hand. We're certainly not going to become Guppy. We're lucky enough that we got both key pieces. Let's not start asking for Guppy dreams. Hangman, Wheel of Fortune, I'm just going to drop. Stars card, it's not really that valuable. Neither is Awa's here. I know we have the stars card. We could use it to teleport maybe closer to our boss on the cathedral. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Dude, when you get exactly the right positioning on this melee shot with this kind of damage, you are set. And this one's all coming together. So after the last run, I was like, did I forget how to play Isaac? No. Did not forget how to play Isaac. We just had a really, really bad run where we played okay. Now we have a run where we're playing like trash. But the seed has absolutely carried us beyond belief. It's quite nice. We keep, I mean, normally you probably would not expect a run like this to have a chance, given the amount of demon hearts, or sorry, eternal hearts, which I've gotten wrong for like 5 videos in a row now. Given the incredible amount of eternal hearts that we've thrown away for essentially no reason other than misguided convenience. Oh well. I like this. That's a free bone heart. And this run is over. We could lose, but it's over one way or the other. We have like 3 rooms left for the entirety of this whole run right here. So we do that. You dump, you hold control and dump the left hand. And you take both of your cards. And you don't get inhibited by that curse, and you run for your life. And now, oh, you are a fool. No, it worked. Never mind, you're not a fool. You're actually an accidental genius. I feel for you, by the way, if you have the dinner problem. The textbook dinner problem. Please be killed. Of what do you want to eat? I don't know, what do you want to eat? This is gonna sound like a besmirchment of my wife's character. It's not the case. I admire this directness. I feel like you run into the what do you want to eat problem when you want to put somebody else's culinary interests above yours. You know, everybody, if you came up with something, if you really push came to shove, you could be like, I want to eat this, you know? But you don't say that because you don't want to impose your culinary will on anybody else. I want my culinary will to be imposed on most of the time. Make other people happy. Hold on, what's our other card here? So I know the only problem I have with the dinner issue is convincing my wife that I actually don't care what I eat if she has something that she cares about. If she doesn't care, then I'll be like, how about this? Yo, I love chocolate milk. And I feel like this is something that I won't speak for all men, but I got no problem letting my wife choose what we're having for dinner. Makes my life easier. I'm happy if she's happy. The only hard part is convincing her that I want to have what she wants to have. And even that's only on occasion. Okay, I love my enormous bone here. Please don't take that out of context, or do. But I am losing bone hearts at a rapid pace. Mostly because I'm playing like garbage. There we go. It's alright, we still got... I'm not switching off from melee until we absolutely have to. It's nice to feel this kind of power for once. Either in my real life or virtually speaking. Don't even try it, buddy. Okay, just break them. Hoo-ah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You've done me a great disservice. Actually, we should be scared. We only have 2 demon hearts as well. Mind you, we got a lot of invincibility coming right up. And we placed our dude in a lovely spot. So we really, really, really want to do a lot of damage to him while we have the opportunity to do so. It's actually working out fantastically. So in spite of my idiocy on this run, and we really did play horribly, very just lazy, more or less. Oh my god. We have to kill Delirium. So that's the biggest mistake we've made on the whole run. For some reason, in my head, I thought that we only had to kill Mega Satan. You know, I'll tell you why. There is no for some reason. The reason is very simple. Let me just see. Judgment. Okay. Two of Hearts. Sure. The reason is very simple. The reason is that that's what we did on our last Lilith run. That's not a good reason, because it's wrong. That is the reason, though. Please. Please. So now I gotta figure out, how are we gonna concoct a victory out of this? When I basically went all in on the Mega Satan fight. That was very stupid in hindsight. And, yeah, I mean, in foresight as well, to be fair. Okay, I'm concocting a plan. It's pretty simple. Obviously, as is always the case, one of the elements of the plan is fight Delirium last. I mean, let's be real. We should not lose a run in which we have Mega Satan. And by Mega Satan, I mean Sacred Heart. You know what? Maybe it's time for a nap. Gotta, you know, sometimes you just gotta accept. When your brain's telling you A, stop doing B. I'm not actually tired, but I think I'm functionally brain dead right now. Anyway, step 1. Fight Delirium last. Step 2, as many Eternal Hearts as possible. Step 3, as many Spirit Hearts as possible. We got a little less control over that one, but... in step 4, you're just hoping for, like, some useful items from our other bosses. Preferably, defense is actually maybe our most valuable commodity right now. Most valued commodity. Something like the Relic, Infamy, Egghead, you know, there's a variety of options, but I would go so far as to say that, you know, without ruffling any feathers, we might not need HP, because our Eternal Hearts at least should be sorted if I actually just switch my brain on for its, like, final few minutes of reserve power. Could have saved that for full health, admittedly. I don't actually want to be using melee for the whole Delirium fight, because it's way too dangerous to be up close. So, you know, we'll use it predominantly, but we need something to back us out of it as well. You know what we should have done is used Hagalaz on a large room in conjunction with Cards Against Humanity. I can feel the brain power coming back. It's coming up with nonsensical strategies that are, in theory, that was really bad. In theory, potentially good, but in practice, probably useless. That's what we need right now. Keep your head in the game. Hey, we got an opportunity to actually do it. Don't like that very much. Good stuff, dude. So we get to pop that again. I know we have a Hagalaz somewhere. It must be this room. Or it's not a Hagalaz, a... Hold on a second. I just want to make sure this will actually work. Give it a minute. There might be Spirit Hearts here. Luck upgrades. Red Hearts, at least. You know what? That's enough money to play a demon or the regular Judgment as well. I know we don't have a trinket, but, you know, come on. Petrified poop this late in the game. I'm not willing to go to that level of ridiculousness. This guy, you got something for me. I know it to be true. We went through a lot of trouble to get to this point, so I'm hoping you'll find it in your heart to give me something. Okay, Linger Bean. Did you have to? Did you have to let it linger, Bean? I do have a grocery store anecdote. As you might expect, you know, we came home, didn't have any food. You know, I kind of cleared it all out in advance of the trip. Had to go to the grocery store. We had a very chatty... And it's not a bad thing. Chatty is kind of a negative term, but, you know, I understand what it's like. You're the cashier at the grocery store. You either don't want to talk to anybody, or you want to have some conversations, you know, to make the time go by faster. But every item that she scanned, she was, like, asking us about it. And at some point, I was like, this is an inversion of the customer-employee relationship. You're supposed to be telling me about the products, not asking me about the products. I wouldn't bring it up were it not for the absurdity of, like, she scanned, like, a little cold brew coffee and be like, is this good? And I'm like, yeah, I like it. And then she like, scan something else and be like, I haven't tried this yet. Is this good? And at some point, I'm just like, lady, you got to go to Yelp. I can't be... It's a lot of pressure on me. Like, there's only two reasons I buy things at the grocery store. One is I like them. The other reason is I've never had them before, and I'm hoping I like them. Demon judgment. Very frightening. And then, like, the only item, and I'm not messing with you, this is a real story. The only item that she had an opinion of. I wonder if we use that on a chest room, if we would get a guaranteed item payout from it. I don't know. By blowing it up. But anyway, the only item that she had familiarity with is we had a candle. And, you know, I didn't used to be... I wouldn't describe myself as a candle person. But I do like it. You know why I like it? Every time I come home from being away for a while, I go, our place smells like cats. And then we light a candle, and we go, now it smells like synthetic lavender. But anyway, she scanned the candle, and she went, this smells good. And I went, haha, that's the idea, because I'm socially inept. And then she went, makes your house smell good. And I went, all right. I've already used my one joke that came to mind, so I don't know what to say for the second part of this. I admit it's a pretty inert grocery store anecdote. I'm not trying to say she crossed the line. The dude behind us was like me, though. He was getting mad. Like, I could tell the conversation in his head. By the way, so happy we chose the right direction here. Just by pure happenstance. Doesn't guarantee us a win, but, you know, so you're saying there's a chance. In his head, I know he was thinking, like, can you please just finish this transaction so I can check out? It's one of those situations. We had a full cart of groceries, and he had, like, you know, a bag of potato chips and a loaf of bread in his cart. I understand sometimes you just want to get two things at the grocery store. It sucks there's no express aisle. I don't want to inform this gentleman that there is a self-checkout station specifically for those exact situations, but, you know, it's not my place. If he wants the full-service experience, by all means. Okay. Okay, now Tomo would like to leave. Bye. Of course. Why not? Goodbye, my son. So, I am going to try to use range as long as possible here. I know that seems weird. If we use melee, I'm worried about the psychological impact of losing so much of our HP so easily. I can't believe that shot made it through. Now, whenever we're invincible, we would be a fool to not try to sneak in a little. Melee damage, that is. Oh. We're out of demon hearts? Oh my god. Okay, what do we do? Well, that's a bad start. It might sound self-evident. I think we charge up a shot, and then we pick our moment. We're really waiting for, like, mom's foot. Wow, that was bad. Help. Wow. We're waiting for Mom's Foot. Then we sneak in there. Hit him with the fully charged shot. The rest of the time, you know, you gotta choose your moments wisely. It's a curse, dude. So I'm so apologetic. You wouldn't even... The amount of apology coursing through my veins right now is truly Canadian. However, I also do feel the need to say, like, what a cursed fight when you're predominantly shoved into using melee. I don't even know what hit us there. Getting telefragged from all sides. Circle of Protection has been very helpful. I'll be positive about that. Don't get too despondent. You know, there's still a chance. We're trying. We're holding it down to some extent. Every single hit, I mean, this is self-evident, but every single hit takes us a little closer to victory. So I'm trying not to give him any damage for free. And it's kind of working. I'm very concerned about beam-based enemies. So now I'm... What? No. Switch. Why did we have 2 bone hearts all of a sudden? I don't know. I'm dumb. I died. That face is my face right now. That's a nasty loss, I'll admit. For now, though, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. In spite of my ineptitude, if you did click the like button, I'll try to get down to business to defeat the Huns in the next episode. Forgive me. I'll see you next time.